Hey, YouTubers and friends, stick around. I got a real good friend of mine, Dan-O the Man-O. Some of you out here in YouTube would know him as Regnad Man. He's a good friend of mine, and he's sitting in for my partner in crime, ToledoJess. So we'll be right back. So don't go away. Bye. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? I see Eric Carter out there. Hey Eric, how you doing? I see Patrick Moore, our good friend from Indianapolis area, and John Wolf from Texas. Eric Carter's another Ohioan. And whoever else may be in the house, thank you for joining us. And right now I'll bring in my good friend, Dan-O the Man-O. How you doing, Dan? Yeah, I did the very front and the back earlier today myself. I got the middle done when you left yesterday. Actually, I had a really good day just shooting the breeze with you, Dan-O, while you were running your cons and, you know, enjoying good company, looking at some shiny. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey Ronald, how you doing? I wonder if this compass is as distracting as the fireworks. Well, yesterday during the test, I don't know if you were here at the time that Terry said it, but he's like, those fireworks are distracting. So I took them off because so how's everyone 4th of July? Not seeing or hearing Dan-O. You're not gonna see Dan-O, but you should be hear him. Might be a little. Oh, that's why. Okay, now talk, Dan-O. I'm sorry.
Okay, do you hear me now?
I unclicked my mic. Yeah, we're starting to get lag. Unfortunately, I'm experiencing some streaming health issues again at the moment. I don't know why. I have very little running that would. My phone's on airplane mode. My tablet's on GoPro mode. So I don't know.
It's lagging here too.
It's gonna be lagging, unfortunately. My streaming health's in the red. So let me take off this compass and see if that helps at all. And see what I can do.
Too many people? Too many people on YouTube tonight.
They knew we were going to be on, Dan-O. They knew you were going to be my ghost, and all your fans are crashing the YouTube server.
I could only wish, huh?
Yeah.
My YouTube channel has made a whole $2.52.
It will make more, buddy. It will make more. Hopefully this lag issue, my stream health will get back to normal here in a minute.
Well, you sound fine. It's just the video's buffering, but you sound just fine as far as talking with you from where I'm at.
Well, yeah, yeah. I took down one more window I had up. I don't know what else it could be. Besides, it was going so good too. All my tests were good. Well, yesterday during the testing, I had a little poor stream health. It was kind of in the red, lagging a bit. So guys, bear with me. It's buffering a little. You'll experience buffering until somehow we get back in the green. There we go. We're back in the green, so there shouldn't be much buffering now. It should be doing a lot better. So
You're still not moving in mine.
it did it again. It went down to red. But okay, well, the show must go on, and hopefully it will get back green with us again. I do have a picture of the gold from the cleanup, Dan-O.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, there it is right there. But it's nice. It's gonna be a nice addition to the demo cons for ToledoJess and I take a vet prospecting project. It's was a nice showing. Some nice chunky stuff old Rob left. I know I know you didn't leave that stuff.
You seen what came out of my 2 buckets that strictly came
Oh,
out of the
yeah.
home coop, what was in it?
2 micro specs and 1 little spec. And then the rest of the stuff, you know. Okay, this is really kind of bumming me out. I'm gonna take off that now and get us back over to chat.
That's where I've did it for years and he's did it for a short time, so he's learning still. So maybe he'll go through it just a little bit tighter now.
Well, yeah, hopefully he'll be watching this later tonight or tomorrow, and he'll say, "Oh, doggone it, I left all that."
That's all right. It went to a good cause.
That's right. And thank you, Rob, and thank you, Dan-O, my friend. It's still kind of bugging me that
There's a picture finally showed up. I see the picture now of it.
Right. It will hopefully my stream health was good for a second and then it kind of bombed again, but you know, it is live entertainment, and you know, technology always doesn't do what you want it to do. I haven't done nothing different from the last time, and it must be a lot of people on YouTube right now also. Could be a lot of factors, I don't know. But so tell us a little about the trip you just went on.
I went to North Carolina with the OSPA.
Yeah.
All of us went. We all had a good time too.
That we did. I know ToledoJess and I had a good time. We had a few extra days added on to our trip. But you went to a really neat place that ToledoJess and I didn't get to go to. Want to talk about it a little?
Oh, the Emerald Village?
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. That was a pretty neat place. I'll have a video. I got a lot of video of us walking around through it. It's what was it at? It was 36 or 37,000 feet up, or 3,700 feet up on the mountain, 3,700 foot.
Oh, so you were up in the foothills or up on the mountain a little more from where we were down there at Vane Mountain?
Yeah, we when we started up, it was 70 degrees, and when we got to the top, it was 65. That made it pretty nice, a cooler day. Then I went up there with Dick Goldsmith and his wife Melanie and my wife. We walked through all the shops, checked out the caves and all the old machinery they used to mine with. That was pretty neat. I said in my video you'll see a lot of that. They even had a cart that was their bathroom they pulled down in the mine.
Oh, cool, cool.
Had two seats on it with no privacy.
So you'd be squatting right next to the other miner, huh?
Yep, you'd be having casual conversation, I guess.
Just watch your hands, buddy.
Light a match.
Lose a little pubes and light a match, huh?
But
hey,
the
Bob, how's
mine's actually flooded.
Right. Well, is that the picture that I've seen Barb on Facebook where it's that nice, like, turquoise water in the cave entrance? Is that actually the mine entrance?
Probably so. Probably so. And there was big trout in there. You could buy food and feed the trout. There's like great big cave trout or whatever they were in there.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Cave trout. Were they blind?
That's why I said I think they were the blind cave trout because they were huge. When they come up and hit the top, they were huge.
Really? Wow. Wow. Doggone it. Would have liked to made it.
But yeah, they had shops. They had little things this area set up you could look at, and their gym thing was actually like in the where they dug the cave entrance, and it kind of went down in like this short little valley, then up to the cave where they mined, and the sluice ran down that valley to the bottom to a pond. It's pretty neat.
And what were they all mining for? I mean,
in that area, it was, I can't think of the name of the rock now, but it was for bonhomie. The scrubbing stuff like Comet.
Right.
That was the main thing they mined, whatever that rock was. I can't think of what it is now. Now you say that. Any other time I could have told you what it was.
Sort of like out west in Death Valley, they mined borax.
Right, and this was like that, but it was, I can't think what it was called now. I wish I could remember that.
And the emeralds and gems were a byproduct of the mine?
I think they were in the mine with it. They'd hit the veins of it and get them certain emeralds or the opals or, the smoky quartz. They would hit veins of it.
Right.
But for the most part, they were mining that rock to make that bonhomie scrub stuff, that cleaning stuff.
Oh, cool. And you also have some footage, like I do, of the Thermal City 5.
Yep, I do have that.
Hey, actually, there's one of the Thermal City 5 in here, so now there's 3 of us. My partner in crime said he wasn't available to host tonight, wasn't gonna be home, but I can see he's here. Hey partner, how you doing, ToledoJess? And we have Bob Drake from Maine with us. Now our health is back to green, which is good. now Dan-O, what else did you do there? I know ToledoJess and I did a lot of exploring. We did 2 days of the tourist type thing. We've talked about that, but you did some of the stuff we did not do. So
Um,
fill us in on some of the stuff you did.
Well, Monday we just all well, you went with us to the Thermal City Monday, and that's when I did my gem mining, set in the trough, and got my pretty ooh shiny rocks, and got in the
Cool.
panning tub with you guys for a little bit. Then Tuesday was the common dig there at Thermal City. We went and run those two trommels, and then what was it, 3 or 4 high bankers they ran also,
Right.
which I got really good. I got really good gold from it myself. I did really good from both digs because Wednesday they had a common dig then at camp that was supposed to last 2 days,
Well, you
but
guys blazed through those piles and
yeah,
cut it
they
short.
disappeared.
Well, that gave you an open day to kind of do what you will.
Well, and that's when Thursday hit, and we all had our epiphany to go to Thermal City and rent both trommels. Remember, and that's
Yeah,
what we did.
that's what we did on the free day. We went to Thermal City, the Thermal City 5. Now, that was a good group, all good buddies. We had Dick Goldsmith and Rob with us. We had ToledoJess, yourself, and I. Couldn't ask for a much better of a crew.
Yep, had a great day doing it. And then when we got done, we did our cleanup, and I got video of all that too, of us doing the cleanup of that gold.
Yeah, there was some nice gold to that, and thanks to the Thermal City 5, that has also been donated to uh, Toledo Jess and I's Take a Bet prospecting project, and to the added to the demo cons.
Yep.
Jesse, you need to add Rob and Dan-O to the demo cons, brother. Um, they donated some color after Dan-O was down or up here yesterday. He went through some cons and donated the color to Take a Vet prospecting. So thanks
And
again, Dan-O.
I guess we ought to tell them the whole story about the gold from from that day, the Thermal City 5. We decided it wasn't enough gold to split between all of us, so we drew a ticket, and Mr. Goldsmith won it.
True.
And then we
Yes.
just
Yes.
and then we decided through all the hardships and working and back-breaking labor we did that day that it would just go to demo cons. And Dick said that was just fine. He agreed, and that's where it went.
So we should really say thank you, Mr. Goldsmith. Thank you, Dick. Because
But he
you're
made it.
right.
But he made it happen for us.
That's true. That's true. He did win, and it was his by all rights. And he did donate it to Democons in the name of the Thermal City 5. And right on. Right on. And they'll be put to good use helping some of our men and women in uniform out on the stream or at a panning demonstration someday. Someday soon. Actually, we remember Camp Mayaconda, Dan-O? You were there with us.
Oh yeah, that was a great time. That was a great time.
Well, some of the Boy Scouts from the Toledo area are going to be down at the Swank this coming weekend. Um, I'm going to be over there. ToledoJess is going to be over there. And maybe you should come over there since you were part of us.
I would like to, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not. Sonny even told me he's going to Bill's this coming weekend, but I don't think I can do that either.
This coming weekend's the Buckeye chapter meeting. So,
Yep, yep. Mr. Goldsmith's camping there right now.
right. Well, isn't he camped at the Norris?
Nope, he moved to the Swank. But hey, he went through that dirt from the Norris where he went down there where he had his electroscope out.
Yeah.
He got some pretty dang good gold. I did okay, but he got some pretty dang good gold for being in that little side stream at the Norris.
Excellent. Excellent.
He
Well,
sent me a picture about an hour ago.
I know when I used Kent Flackler's electroscope for a little while, and it works. It works, you know. And where he shot the creek at Vane Mountain, both where ToledoJess was dredging and where I was dredging, we both were having some really good colors showing. Too bad we had to leave a day early. I wouldn't mind been dredging there the very next day myself.
I told you just tell her the car broke down, but you wouldn't do it.
Yeah. We weren't even to Knoxville yet. We were barely out of, what was that, Marion?
Uh-huh.
Or West Marion. We were barely out of that, heading west on 40 towards Knoxville. And I'm talking, I get it. I tell her we're leaving, right? And she sends a text like, you know, you should have waited until like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. But it is what it is. You know how it goes.
You just said, I love you, my pet. I am on my way.
Pretty much. Pretty much. But nonetheless, ToledoJess and I had a good trip all the way around. But this episode isn't really about that. It's one, the show must go on, even though it's 4th of July, and it is what it is, and you're my guest tonight, Dan-O, so it's a lot about you, my friend. You're a good friend and a good prospector, and I'm glad I got to know you and met you and gone prospecting with you. And another reason why I say maybe one day too I'll see you on the river.
It's always fun to get out, and it's great to meet the people you meet when you're out there.
All right, Jesse, talk to you later, brother. Give me a buzz tomorrow, or I'll call you on my way home from work tomorrow, Jesse.
Just like Dirtbag Patrick out there listening. Never met him if I wouldn't have went to the creek.
Yeah. Met a lot of people through our own little clique, haven't we? Patrick, yes, and Wendy and all kinds of people. So, Dan-O, how long have you been prospecting?
That's been probably 13 years, 14 years, probably.
And
it's been a long time, I know that.
How many times have you prospected out of the state within that time?
Believe it or not, twice.
Is that counting Indiana,
North Carolina?
Too?
Yep, North Carolina and Indiana.
Oh, okay.
I'm a homebody, but I don't hardly ever get out of the state. It don't seem like. I'd like to a lot more. I'd love to.
Well, that might just happen, my friend.
I'd love to be going to visit Mr. Caleb Bennington.
I hear ya.
Visit Mr. Caleb Bennington.
I hear ya. He's another good friend of ours. We've met through YouTube and GPS, Gold Prospector Space. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a drive to Kansas and hitting his claim up in Colorado. I hear ya. Actually, Patrick, is Caleb Bennington gonna be here for the gold show? Oh yeah, he is. That's right.
He is. Because we're all shacking up at Patrick's.
That's right. Hotel Moore in Williams.
You dang Skippy.
the best place to stay in southern Indianapolis.
We had a great time last year when we was at Pirates Cove. That was a good time.
Yes, we did. And Wendy even said I can sleep on the couch this time.
Well, hey, you know we did good because we got in fight it back, buddy. That's how you know we did good.
True, true, true. But hey, expect anything less from us? Really, really?
We're great hosts.
Or guests, you mean?
Guests too.
They're great hosts and hostess. Well, how'd you get bit by the gold bug, Dan-O?
Actually started watching prospecting shows a long time ago because I watched it back when who was it? Perry had that Prospecting America.
Yeah, Perry Massey had that, and
I caught some of the buzzard before Gold Fever started. Then I started watching Gold Fever.
well,
I was actually an armchair prospector before I was a prospector.
Back a little bit. Buzzard had gold fever too, and Tom Massey just took it over.
Okay.
Because when I first got into gold prospecting, I was watching the real McCoy, the Buzzard, and some of the Buzzard's buddies, and
right.
And then old Tom took over the show, and Perry was doing Prospecting America. I saw him Prospecting America once. He even did something on the Swank. They've also did that on Gold Fever too, if I recall. So
I watched forever. I always watched and never did.
So you were an armchair prospector. Did you? How soon before you became a member of the GPAA?
I joined it fairly directly.
And
I went up to the Swank to like their meeting in the spring where it's really cold out, and it was that year where they were on the news. They were actually on TV in Belleville there.
Right.
And I joined the GPA right at that time, but then I never rejoined after that.
Then why not?
But now, well, because I didn't think they really did anything for us, but I guess they do a little more than I thought at some times.
Well, they do provide us property.
That's what I'm saying. I just didn't realize how much they did offer.
Right. Oh man.
But
pardon me.
Most of my prospecting when I started, dude, was me and two of my buddies, Dave Schock and Dave Erball. We'd get in the car and drive around, and we'd find bridges where creeks looked good, and we'd go down under that bridge, and we'd dig, and all we had was pans. We didn't have classifiers
Dave,
at that time.
The one that was with you at Vane Mountain?
Yeah, the one that acted a fool, but...
Oh, well, we don't need to go there.
No, we won't talk about that, but yes, he was one of them.
And Dave, who's in Arizona now.
Yep, Dave Schock, who's in Arizona.
He might show up. He's stepped in on live shows before, so we might see him in chat before too long. Dave, if you're out there, say something in chat.
Let's see if I can do this here, send him a message.
Oh, I'm sure you could. Oh, so when did you start getting into making videos and becoming a YouTube creator or a YouTuber?
How old are my videos now? I think my oldest video is 3 years old now. And it all started when I bought that Hahn coupe that I have.
Right.
High banker dredge. We just wanted to make a video of it to see, to show people. But then I thought, well, I go out prospecting. A lot of people like to see where I go. And I did find out people watch where I go, because when I went to Bill's and did good, I'd go back down and Bill's would just be ravaged.
Right.
But I like making the videos now because, like you guys watch them, people I know watch them, and if you don't get to go, at least you get to be there one way or another.
Right. What's your best day prospecting, Dan-O?
Probably my best day was when I went down below Bill's to that private property.
Oh, with Mr. Tim.
Yeah, because the first day I dredged, I went out in the middle of the creek and there's like a split in the bedrock out there. And I dredged that split down the middle and it angled towards the side. And I did all right. I did like I'd usually do at Bill's. But then the next day we went there and Sunday we only go half a day, then go home. And I got in the creek and I looked around. I found another crack on the other side of the creek because it was all bedrock with about 8 inches of water run over it. I found this crack and I cleaned it out. It was probably about 4 hours of prospecting. Then the crack was probably 2 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and 10, 12 foot long. I cleaned that crack out, and in 4 hours I got 1.5 grams of gold. That's the best I've ever done. The biggest I've ever done is I got a picker at Bill's a couple years ago. I finally got a picker.
Yeah, it's nice. They're far and few between, though, pickers and nuggets. And now Dan Zoller here in chat, another YouTuber and gold prospector from the Motherlode country. He might have a little better luck on the pickers and stuff than we do, but there's good gold to be had here in Ohio and Indiana.
Yeah, it's this fine gold.
Oh, no, it ain't. I've seen some chunky stuff, Dan-O. Everywhere,
I have
everywhere is fine gold.
I have too, but I ain't seen it in my box yet, brother.
Well, what about stuff you got out at Bill's?
I do all right at Bill's. A lot of it's mostly fine, but I do get some flakes here and there. Like I said a couple of years ago, I actually got a picker there. That was exciting when you pan it out and see something that big, something you can actually pick up. Because usually in a high picker, you got to wet your finger to get it up.
Dan's best day was yesterday, 3 grams. Picked most of it up with tweezers.
I see that. Ain't that nice?
We have a Washingtonian in the house, Don from, are you in Vancouver or the Woodland area, Don?
I see Patrick's telling me come get gold at his house.
We will. He probably has gold on his garage floor.
He says, wait till you get here. Well, if he does, I'll be sweeping it up while I'm sleeping out there. You better pick it up.
Yeah, I'll be with you, because every time I sweep up my shop, Dan-O, I pan it out and I find gold and I'm like, damn it, how did I drop that on the floor?
Hey, I was cleaning the camper out that I got, and up above the cab area where that bed's at, it was full of sand, so I swept it all in a bag. I'm gonna pan it. I bet Sonny had all kinds of gold laying up there.
Oh, I'm sure you're right, brother. I'm sure you're right. Now, Don, I don't know if I'll get to Vancouver this summer, because I work construction and it's hard to get off during the summer than a week vacation or a 2-week vacation. I would like to get back there in February or January, visit my mom in Vancouver, but I know places back there I could still prospect even if there's snow in the highlands. So yeah, maybe even Burnt Bridge Creek, right, Don? I know there's gold there. That runs right through Vancouver, Dan-O. Burnt Bridge Creek, there was mining there in the 1800s. Okay, so Don's from Vancouver, so man, I'll definitely get a hold of you. Go ahead, Dan-O.
I want to go for the Devil's Canyon. I want to go tracking back in there like they all did.
Have you seen what happened to old Goose and Ben and I forget the other guy's name, but I have him on my friends list on Facebook.
Did you see the chunks of gold he found when he went down the waterfall?
Oh yeah, on those big old holes there by the
Yeah, and the boulders.
waterfall when he rappelled down to that ledge and
Yeah,
cleaned
yeah.
out those boil areas. Yeah, those nice chunky. I don't really understand. Granted, with editing, we see very little of really what they took. You know, they squeezed an hour show, 45 minutes of film that they have thousands and thousands of minutes or hours upon hours of film, right? So, you know, I've seen questions where they're like, why is Ben going up the hill now to dig down to bedrock in that, searching that one ancient channel he was doing last week, I think? And,
Right, right.
and they're like, why didn't he keep working on the bedrock? There had to be more. I think you're right, Patrick. I think his name is John. Well, you need to catch up, Don, because I like Devil's Canyon out of Bering Sea Gold, out of Gold Rush, out of those. Devil's Canyon has them beat by far. I do like Yukon Gold, you know, but I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm totally out of the loop on Gold Rush and Bering Sea Gold. I have no idea what's going on with those shows. But tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you can catch our friend Sluice Goose on Discovery Channel in Devil's Canyon. I hear you, buddy, but if legends are true, you got to be a prepared person to be out playing in the bush of British Columbia.
Yeah, man. My backpack don't compare to go there. It gets me around here pretty safely, but not someplace like that.
I think Judy stole my other lighter.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble.
Oh, I'm always in trouble. That's my middle name.
Go ahead and leave for a little bit. I'll take the show over.
Your neighbor back, Dan-O?
Now, they've been out there riding. He just came up close to the garage.
I agree, Don, but it can be dangerous. Don says anytime you are out in the woods by yourself, it is more exciting. It's true, but if you're way out and something happens, you're pretty SOL. Only
Tell you
5
what,
seasons of Yukon Gold. They quit production. Thank you, Patrick Moore. I like that show. Not as much drama as everything else, but TV and drama that sells. Well, 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 look who's here, Dan-O.
well, what's up there, Puke? I see he's here. He's had bad way of himself. He fell down, knocked himself out, and he hit his head so hard he's got to have oxygen because he has like these cluster headaches.
Yeah.
Yep. So he had to do a GoFundMe to get his oxygen. Poor guy.
Oh, geez.
Here though, I'm glad to see you, dude.
Need to drag that oxygen tank out in the gold fields. We'll hook you up with Swiftwater and I bet you probably like 120 in the shade, Dave.
Oh yeah, I bet so out there. You gads.
Now, Bob Drake says Devil's Canyon isn't in the TV guide for being on tonight. It's usually after Deadliest Catch at 10 o'clock. I'll have to
Yep,
check.
yep.
Yeah, an injury out in the middle of nowhere, Don, is not good, especially when you're by yourself. And I used to go out a lot by myself, but if you ever do, always have a map, always have a compass, 2 or 3 means of fire. Um, you make sure you have extra clothing, something to snack on, and make sure you let someone know where you are, what general area, like the township you're in, the quarter section of a township or whatnot. Let them know where you are and give them a time you should be returning, and then a time if you don't get home by that time, send out the rescue squad, because it could very well save your life, especially in some rugged terrain like the Cascades. And speaking of kind of, what's your worst day out prospecting, Dan-O?
I don't know that I've had a real worst day I can really say. I mean, I got rained out once with Dick Goldsmith, but we still had a good time. We went out on a Friday night and had all you could eat walleye, so something good did become of the day.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we
that's
had
good.
I've never really had what I'd call, I mean, as far as upset, mad, or any, you know what I mean? One time when I first started prospecting, when I got the Hahn Coop, I should say, no, when I first started, when I got the Hahn Coop, I went to the Norris and the end of my intake got stuck in the sand. I didn't know it, and it plugged my impeller, and I was new at this, so I had no idea that my impeller was plugged, so it blew my whole day. That sucked.
Wow, Dave, take care of yourself, buddy. Hang in there. Don't overexert yourself in that hot Arizona sun. Oh, well, then I don't know if this one would apply. While prospecting, have you ever been scared? I mean, really scared. And if so, why and where?
Uh, I don't know, really scared, but wondering what it was we heard there at Bill's when we camped over the bridge where you go over the wood bridge and back in the woods.
Right.
We were back there one night and we just got done for the day and it was dark and we were getting a fire built, you know, and starting our evening around the fire because the evening around the fire is gold too.
Right, right. That's
And
one of
and
the better parts of our lifestyle, really.
right, right. And we just got the fire started and I was there with Robbie and Robbie's there with his wife and kids and we're all standing there waiting for the fire to kind of get going and something come from the field up to the edge of that brush before to in there where we camp, and it's the loudest snort I've ever heard. I ain't never heard a snort that loud. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was probably a big old deer, but they say there's bear down there. So was it a bear that snorted and ran, or you know what was it? But I was a little apprehensive after I heard it. I definitely got a light and went and looked.
Sasquatch?
No, no Bigfoots, man. But hey, if he shows up, I'll get a picture. By God.
Well, Dave, worst day was with Urbra.
That's he was talking about North Carolina.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, a friend of mine just drank a little much and made a butthole of himself, and I sure was glad when he left. I hate to say that, but I guess if you're going to drink like that, I guess you should just not
His
around
his
people.
Is he talking about this last trip or your first trip?
No, where you were.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. And you know what went on. You were there, and I said I'd rather not elaborate on it. But certain
mm,
people shouldn't drink, and he's one of them. If he doesn't
ne
drink, he's the kindest person you'll ever
neither
meet.
would
But when
I
he drinks,
because I really like him, so,
yeah,
and
he's a
his
good person.
girlfriend. So,
He's a good person. I can't say he's not. He shouldn't drink. But other than that, had a great time. Didn't let it bug me. I had a good time when I was down there. We seen things. We all hung out, sat around the fire.
apparently you two scared Dave and you scared Dave
I, I've
with a crawdad.
I've scared both days with crawdads. Dredging, catch one crawling away and suck it up, and it go in the box, and they get it in their hand. You know how it is. Yeah, prospecting. You gotta have fun.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And what Dave's not telling you, the guy here typing, he's scared of them. He's terrified of them. He thinks they're prehistoric.
They're
He
so
won't.
good. They're like a little lobster.
He won't touch them, buddy. He won't come near them. Well, it looks like Ronald's back on now.
Yeah, it looks like when he was out backcountry road, almost out of gas, and no phone signal, and a bad lightning storm coming. That was your scariest time. Now, Ronald, we discussed this when Tim Grimes was on with me. Your trip to Las Vegas don't count for a prospecting trip. now Athens, Ohio. Now, what's wrong with crawdads, Dave? They're delicious. They keep the rivers and streams clean. Dave hates them.
There, I typed it in chat. He's a Nancy boy. Oh, I put Nacy, but he's a Nancy boy. Sissy. He's a big sissy.
So, you planning on heading down to Bill's Pure Gold this weekend, or staying at home, or
No, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna be stuck at home because if I had my druthers, I'd rather come down there with you guys.
where, to the swank with the Boy Scouts?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Well, why don't you come over?
Well, I'd like to, but I just don't think I'm gonna be able to, and I don't want to commit and then can't.
Right, that's understandable.
I don't think it's gonna work out. I'm not gonna be able to get away this weekend. I don't think.
Well, if it works out that you do, you can always cruise up to my house and ride over with. Oh, well, that depends. If I go camping, I don't know if I'll leave Friday night or Saturday morning, so.
Right. Yeah, I said I don't know. I mean, until I know for sure, I don't want to say yeah, I want to go.
Right, well, okay. So,
I've been on the go enough here lately. I kind of need to get caught up here at home.
that's understandable, and if you end up being able to head over to the swank, we'll love to have you. If not, I definitely understand. I wouldn't really be going over now, much because of the same reasons, but we have Boy Scouts coming down from Toledo that we met at Camp Mayaconda. So I told ToledoJess I'd be there.
Yeah, we even stayed in a cabin there, and the heat quit working. We had to turn on the gas fireplace to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice cabin though. It's better than sleeping out in a tent.
Oh, way better. I'd slept in a vehicle if I had to sleep that night.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But we had a fire in the fireplace and comfortable cots and plenty of room. And no one snoring kept me up. We all snore, so.
I think that's why we all slept.
Yeah, I had a good old time there at Camp Mayaconda, and those Boy Scouts were terrific hosts, and the hosts at the campground were terrific people.
Yes, they were. Yeah, that was definitely a good time.
And so, what's on your agenda coming up besides maybe sticking around and down in, let's say, up to October with the Gold Show? Because we know you're going to the Gold Show.
Well, I'll definitely be at the Gold Show, and I want to get a trip in over to Patrick's one time.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't mind that.
And I want to go over to this property I got just over the Indiana line here and check it out. I've had it, been able to get on it for over 2 years and ain't got on it yet. I need to get over there and
The
check
one
it
we
out.
were talking about yesterday when you were up here.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna. We'll have to make plans for that. Maybe in a couple of weeks or something, Dan. Take a day trip.
Yeah, because that's a day trip.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, short clothes. That'd be like Joe's place for
Right.
me, you know. And if we find some gold there, ooh, even better, because the maps show a boulder field in the area, if I recollect right.
Right, and it springs over to Greenville.
Right.
But that seems like a good area over there. I mean, even like down in the little town of New Paris, that's down in a valley. You know, that might even be a good place to go do a little prospecting, get some permission to get in the creek and play.
Right. Well, you know that valley was probably formed by glacial floods.
Oh yeah,
They're depending on if those boulders are there, that's dropping big stuff. So you know there should be some decent gold there too. We'll know more when we get there and see what kind of glacial erratics are on the ground and cobbles and stuff.
that's right.
Ronald has a question for you, Dan-O, if you haven't seen it in chat yet.
Oh, I see it.
Are you
Sure, I'll autograph it.
are you coming
Sure,
to
I'll
the
autograph
Gold
it.
Show, Ronald, in Indianapolis in October? You're not going to Gold Rush Days, are you, Dan-O?
Yeah, I always day trip there. I don't stay the week, but I'll definitely be there for a day.
$50.
I'm just kidding, Ronald. I just had to put it in there.
$50. $50.
That's right. You order now.
You order now, $50. That's funny. Hilarious. Yeah, I definitely want to get on the creek a little more before the season's over. Um, Now, Ronald, if you want to give a shout out to your radio show again, I forget the information. I didn't write it down. Go ahead, type it in chat, but in a way where it won't be blocked as spam, because we don't want to do that to you, buddy. Gold Rush Days, well, you'll have to keep an eye out for him because, like he said, he'll only be there one day. Right, Dan-O?
Yeah, I usually just make that a day trip. That's a long way to go, and I don't know. It's just too much going on for me to be there. I don't like, because I won't get in the creek. You know what I mean? I just sit around, hang out. So
Right.
I just make it a day trip, visit you and all my buddies, and then go home.
Right on. Right on. Well, I should be there for since I used all my vacation for this trip down to Vane Mountain. Um, I'll be there at least for a couple of days, not like 4 or 5 days I usually am, but I'll be there for a day or two.
You know, always got to go. It's always neat to go.
Right, right. Now, um, you'll get down to the Double D once or twice more, and maybe to Bill's.
Yep, yep. I want to get to Bill's at least once or twice, and at least down to the Double D once for a good 4 day weekend.
Right. Um, now
See,
we
buddy.
Patrick's,
Yeah, I want to do
Bill's,
Patrick's, Bill's,
Dan, and Double
Double D.
D. I have the same hit list so far. I want to get on some of that property that's leased to the OSPA at Bill's, our season pass.
Right, right. I want to get down there definitely. I need to get down and see Bill at least and sit and talk with him.
Maybe if I'm with you, you could talk to your friends downriver.
Oh, I'm trying to, and
Hit some.
there's other little ends there also, buddy, coming up. Things that are being worked on, things Sonny's talking to people about. There's a lot going on there.
Excellent. Where are you going to be dredging at, Don? East Fort Lewis or Burnt Bridge Creek or whereabouts? What time's your show at, Ronald?
Dredging literally sucks.
That's definitely true. Dredging really sucks. That it does.
Thank God it does, or it wouldn't be dredging.
Yeah, no doubt we'd be back to shoveling, huh?
Yep.
Unfortunately, our buddy Dan Zoller can't dredge in California legally, according to the state of California. Um, Tell you what, brothers, if I was in Cali still, I'd be outlawing it.
I'd be rogue, that's for sure.
Oh, hell yeah, I'd be uh, gravity dredging or something.
Yep. So it's quiet.
They talk about no engines. So 12 go with a 12-volt motor, or gravity dredge or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, if there's enough gravity, just put your water feed way upstream above you and bring that pressure down. You got your dredge.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even from a side creek, if you can get enough head to it, you know, it works.
That's what we talked about out there, and when I was out in Colorado and Denver with Dave when he lived there. That creek we prospected down the backside of Pikes Peak. It was tall enough that the mine we found that was caved in. That's how they ran everything in the mine. They had pipes way up the hill. And they started off at like, well, I don't know, they might have been 6 inch, 4 inch pipes, and they slowly got smaller as they got to the mine. And all that pressure is what they used to run stuff.
Well, yeah, and they did that with the giants too during the hydraulic mining days, you know.
Right, right. But this was actually going into mine and running stuff, or at least the way we surmised it was, because the mine where it was collapsed, it was all down the side of this mountain, but right where the mine was at was like a big flat area where all their tailings, when they come out and they would pile them, there was only
Right.
flat land there, so it had to be their tailings.
Lost their head.
Ah, I hear Judy.
Yeah, yeah. I even have a sign I made that says live in red and stuff. We're on air in red. And she knows I have a show going on and whatnot, but you know my other half.
Oh, mine would be the same way, buddy, if she was in here.
Judy will be Judy.
That's right. That's why she's special to you.
July 12th is the next court date. Well, the best for our brothers and sisters in the mining lifestyle in California. Hope it goes the right way. But California has about gone the way of the dodo bird. I can barely admit that I'm a native Californian anymore. It's kind of sucks because it used to be such a great state. I had way too much fun growing up there, though, Dan-O. Way too much fun. Oh, the Washougal, and then the Washougal River in Washington, Dan-O. It's a really nice river.
I'd like to get out there someday. I've never been out that
Some
far.
nice,
Farthest I've been to Colorado.
some nice bedrock and stuff there too. And the Columbia. Wow, isn't the Columbia dredge season almost year round too?
As a matter of fact, I did forget about that, Ed. I prospected in Colorado. I forgot all about that.
Where's my golden fish pamphlet?
When you asked how much different states I prospected in, I did go to Colorado one time for a week.
And prospect there?
Yeah, but I was in such awe. I don't know if you'd call it prospecting. I sat around, looked at everything, and wandered up the mountains like that. I'd never been there. That's so beautiful. That's all I can say. It was so beautiful.
Okay, now, if and when you go to Las Vegas next year for the gold show, and you do stop at Nugget Brain Peterson's place and do some prospecting, we'll count to Colorado. Minnesota to Colorado. So you're going to have to hook up with some prospectors in Nevada, Ronald, or in Arizona. So you get the full mileage. No power equipment at all, even 12 volt. Now, can you have a recycling high banker up on the bank? Old Dan Zoller. Yeah, there's legal rec weed in Nevada now. They better open dredging. That's too funny. That's too funny. You still there, Dan-O?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just letting you talk and reading the chat.
Well,
he wants to get him a mine lab someday. Dan does.
Yeah, keep getting that gold out there, and you'll have enough for a mine lab. I would like to have a mine lab too myself. Heck yeah.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both.
I don't think Steven's in Nevada. I believe Steven's in Missouri, I think. Ronald.
Boom.
The season ends March 31st on the Columbia River. Honey, can you turn that off?
Had a good time over there, though. We did have a good time. We all stayed there at Patrick's. And went to the creek from there. The first day was all right. Second day we had to break some ice to get in the creek. It was a little chilly that morning. And seen Caleb there, and Caleb said that we could come out and stay at his Colorado claim. He said just give him a call and he would work it out. So I'd like to get out there. I hope to get Patrick in line on that too, and maybe he can go with us, get Ed to go too. I hear you back sniffing around. I watched you fade away too. It's not a haunted site.
Not a haunted site?
Ooh. Nope, it's not a haunted site. Woo! You faded away, you ain't faded back yet, but I know there's a delay.
Yeah, I'll be coming back in shortly, so...
Yeah, I was talking about going over to Patrick's there to the Pirates Cove and hanging out. Like to get back there and like to get to Caleb's. Like to get that set up and get Patrick to go with us, and you. See if we can get Jess to go.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I want to go to Patrick's here some weekend here soon and go to that little place he's got and check it out. Pretty interested in that little place he's got.
Yeah, me too. It looks like a nice little place. And you wouldn't have to worry about us coming and hitting it all the time either.
Right.
Terry Baker, Terry, I wanted to talk to you about something. Now thinking back and remembering, Forest Road 12 comes off of Baker Lake Road, but that takes you up towards the olivine mines up on the very reaches of the South Fork Nooksack, right at the base of Twin Sisters. Let me know how you did. I've never been up that high on the South Fork Nooksack, so let me know how that goes, Terry. And yeah, it'd be nice to get over to Patrick's again. We could probably do that during the gold show too, you know.
Yeah, we could make that one big trip.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Maybe we can persuade Mr. Hoagland to go out with us. He'll be there too.
Yeah, you never know.
Get him out in Ohio in the creek. Or in Indiana in the creek, I'm sorry.
Right. He might even be at Gold Rush, because they're having some kind of... Some bigwigs might be at Gold Rush. I'm just guessing, because I saw somewhere where they're having a chapter summit in Butler.
Yeah, they're having a big summit, yep.
It wasn't that high up, Terry. It was... Okay, you know, if you go through the main line from the main gate, if you veer left, you go to Larson's Bridge. If you veer right, there's another bridge up a couple of miles. If you come back about a half a click, it might be like 5 miles up is another bridge, but if you come back about a half a mile, there's a pull out and you have a bushwhack down and cross the river to the gravel bar. That's where my friend Victor Manzo and I found platinum nugget shaped like a heart. It was about the size of my pinky nail. He won it in a flip of the coin. I lost, he won. But if he was on, he could tell you about it. Hey, Mr. Tim Grimes, how you doing, my friend? Now, are you Tim Grimes number 1 or Tim Grimes number 2? Now, Tim, we can't count it for all the way to Vegas, only to Colorado where Nugget Brain is. Yeah, Victor Manzo and I flipped for the Nugget. We were working my high banker together, my whole homemade high banker. The header was a wood thing, much like a beach header, and I put my Keen 51A in it and threw it together. I had a really nice still 2-inch pump I got from Woods Logging Supply in Cedar Woolley. Great pump. I don't think they make them anymore, doggone it, but yeah, we saw that and it's like woohoo, and we figured the only fair thing was to flip a coin, and Victor won. Mr. Tim Grimes, thank you for joining us. I figured it was the creator himself, Patrick. I just have to give him a hard time since there's another Tim Grimes in Ohio also. Oh, I got a cough. Pardon me. All right, my friends. Terry, thanks for showing up. Better late than never. We've been on now for, an hour and 16 minutes or so. I appreciate you all joining me. Ronald, Patrick, Terry, Mr. Grimes, Don, Dan. Say hi to Wendy, Patrick, Dave, who's not here, or ToledoJess anymore, but thank you all for joining my friend Regnad Man and myself here on our little show must go on 4th of July special.
Happy 4th of July, people.
Yep, and it's still, you'll still have time here on the East Coast to get out and see some fireworks. GZ, hey guys, I'm sorry, but I gotta live with. It's a happy wife makes a happy life. Ain't that what they say?
Keeps knots off your head.
Oh yeah, that cast iron frying pan hurts after a while. I'm afraid I'm starting to get brain damage. No, but seriously, you all, thank you very much. I know you were fishing today, and you said you try and catch the show, Terry, after fishing. I hope you caught a lot of good fish and had a good time. Thanks for catching the last few minutes of it. I had some a Scottish viewer who was saying he was going to try and stay up till 3 a.m. to watch it, but I don't think Pirate John made it, so...
He didn't make it, it don't look like, no.
Happy 4th of July.
Ooh, crappie's eating well tonight.
Yeah, crappies, good fish. Excellent, excellent. So he was definitely freshwater fishing and not out in the sound. He lives on an island in Puget Sound, Dan-O.
Ah.
And so he has some mighty fine fishing around him, and there's a couple of lakes up on Fildago Island, which isn't far from Woodby Island. I'm not sure about the lake fishing on Woodby Island. I used to go up to Heart Lake and Campbell Lake a bit and do some fishing on those. But, alright.
He's eating well tonight.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Thank you, Don. You have an excellent evening. Enjoy the 4th, all of my friends from coast to coast. We're going to call it a night. I'm going to spend some time with my other half. Dan-O's not sure what he's going to do. What are you going to do, Dan-O?
I'm probably going to go shut that camper up, shut my garage up, and head for the shower. I just got done mowing the yard when we got on here.
I already got my shower out of the way.
Not yet, my friend, not yet. I'm still headed that way.
Right on, right on. Well, thank you very much for being a co-host with me tonight, Dan-O.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent, excellent. All of you, my YouTubers and friends, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I always say. Maybe one day too. Well, I'll include you, Dan-O. We'll see you on the river.
Night all.
Good night, John boy. Good night, Mary Lou.
Night, Paul.